Representation is always important in any form of media, whether it be movies, TV, or gaming. It's important to accurately represent any character of color, orientation, or ethnicity, and in celebration of Pride Month, we here at L.A.N Party thought now would be the perfect time to celebrate some of our favorite LGBTQ characters in the world of gaming. Recently, the community has been getting a lot of positive representation throughout the gaming landscape, so we found some of our favorite LGBTQ characters to share with you. I'm Nika, aka Batman Speech, and this is our 10 LGBTQ characters in gaming. Number 10, Kung Jin, Melina, and Tanya, the Mortal Kombat series. Mortal Kombat has been one of the most influential games in history, being responsible for the ESRB rating system and gaming censorships. It also was one of the first fighting games to have an LGBT character, with Melina in Mortal Kombat 2. Being the sister of fan favorite Kitana, Melina quickly became an icon and an important character in the Mortal Kombat series, making an appearance in almost every single entry since MK2. But it doesn't stop there. Characters like Tanya and Kung Jin from MKX have been confirmed to be part of the LGBT community with the famous line, "They care only about what's in your heart, not whom your heart desires." Or more recently, with Melina and Tanya being in the relationship at the end of MK11 and in the recent MK1.
Fetch us water, please.
As you wish.
Careful, sister. Entanglements with Ungadi are forbidden. You know their vows. Who told you? No one. I have eyes.
Number 9, we have Krem in Dragon Age Inquisition. The Dragon Age series is filled with memorable and interesting characters all throughout the series, but one character in particular has the Dragon Age and transgender community cheering. Cremisius Aclassi, better known as Krem, is a member of the Bull's Charge mercenary company and a proud member of the transgender community. Although playing a minor role within the story, Krem's personality and importance with the mercenary group was an absolute delight to see in any scene, and he quickly became a fan favorite in the series. Being one of the first transgender characters in a BioWare title, it was important to see how they would handle such a character and avoid harmful stereotypes. But thankfully, Krem is known as how to create a transgender character correctly, and here's hoping to see his inclusion in the new Dragon Age title.
My father sold himself into slavery. He's one of the Servus Publicus, the Imperium-owned slaves now. We'll talk later.
Number 8, Poison, Street Fighter, Final Fight. It's no secret that Capcom's two biggest fighting games, Street Fighter and Final Fight, share the same universe and characters, but that wasn't always the case. Final Fight was an arcade-style beat-em-up where three buddies, Hager, Cody, and Guy, fight their way through the evil group known as Mad Gear. One of the enemies they encountered on their adventure was a woman named Poison. Poison quickly became a fan favorite due to her design and sex appeal personality, but when it was time to port the game to the West, they changed her to be transgender due to the idea that Capcom thought the game would sell poorly and suffer financial and legal hardships by developing a game where the character can hit a woman. Throughout the years, Poison's gender has been through much speculation between the developers, where some consider her to be transgender, while others consider her to be transgender, but only in the West. It wasn't until her inclusion in Street Fighter IV in 2008 where Capcom officially confirmed her to be transgender and a fun addition to the roster.
Poison wins!
Number 7, Commander Shepard, Mass Effect. Mass Effect made headlines when it was first released back in 2007. Not only did it boast one of the most interesting and expansive story campaigns to date, but it also featured the most divisive characters in gaming. Throughout Mass Effect, you take control of the legendary Commander Shepard as you gather new allies to save the galaxy. What makes this concept so diverse, however, is the inclusion that you can enter into a relationship with anyone on your crew regardless of gender. This gave players the freedom to enter into a homosexual relationship if they so choose. Having this type of control with the character was revolutionary at the time and was praised highly for its inclusion, so much so that Commander Shepard became an icon within the bisexual community and inspired games such as Baldur's Gate and Cyberpunk to follow in the footsteps of having the player choose what type of relationship they wish to pursue. Too bad we couldn't get the same control when it came to Mass Effect 3's ending.
Ever think about settling down?
Yeah. I like the sound of that. Not sure I'd be much good at it, though.
Number 6, Kanji Tatsumi, Persona 4 Golden. Kanji Tatsumi is one of the most interesting party members in the Persona series. Not only does he have one of the coolest yet simplest designs in the series, but he has a bittersweet story to boot. In Persona 4 Golden, you run into a mysterious man named Kanji who gets trapped within the TV world and must be rescued. Once you enter into the TV world to rescue him, it becomes clear that Kanji frequently struggles with his masculinity and sexuality. Even after you rescue and recruit him, Kanji's story arcs have him struggling with trying to look more masculine and confused about his sexuality, mirroring what a lot of the LGBTQ community goes through with coming out and with acceptance. With your help, Kanji becomes a valued member of the team and learns to accept who he is and learns he doesn't need to be afraid of who he is or who he wants to be, showing the world that acceptance truly does come within.
You need to take a rest now. We'll be waiting for you at school.
School? Sure, if I ever feel like going.
I'll take this guy home. If anyone asks, I'll just say I found him somewhere like this.
Number 5, Chloe and Maxine, Life is Strange. Life is Strange is known to have one of the best stories in gaming, and that's all thanks in part to its duo protagonists, Chloe and Maxine. Throughout Life is Strange, the girls attempt to uncover the truth behind disappearances, a serial killer, and a storm catastrophe by utilizing Max's ability to rewind time. Alongside all this is a coming-of-age story where Maxine and Chloe's feelings for one another start to blossom. The relationship between the girls quickly become a focal point within the gaming and LGBTQ community over how genuine their feelings came to be, which is a very important part when it comes to writing story. Life is Strange proved how genuine a relationship should grow in a story, and the introduction of the LGBTQ relationship solidifies Life is Strange in gaming history. Even over half a decade later, Maxine and Chloe are still an important part of representation within the community, and a prime example on how to properly build up romantic characters.
What? I double dare you. Kiss me now. Damn, you're hardcore, Max. Now I can text Warren and tell him he doesn't stand a chance. Unless he's into girl-on-girl action.
Number 4, Dion, Final Fantasy 16. The Final Fantasy series is one of the most expansive gaming series of all time, and with its recent outing in Final Fantasy XVI, it impressed the world once again with Dion. Dion is the crown prince of the Sanbreque Empire and dominant to Bahamut. What makes his character so interesting, besides being used for his family drama, is his relationship with his partner, Terrence. Throughout the story, Dion and Terrence are seen embracing one another, being Dion's emotional anchor back to a sense of calm. As Dion is often stressed and pressured to be acknowledged and accepted within his own royal family, Terrence reminds him that there's always someone that will be there by his side and accept him regardless of his position within the kingdom. It's truly amazing that Final Fantasy manages to not only create one of the most respectful and accurate depictions of the LGBTQ community in the series, but it also managed to create one of the most emotional and interesting characters in recent years. Plus, come on, who didn't love that Bahamut fight? Number 3, various champions in Overwatch. Regardless of what you think about the Overwatch series, it's hard to deny that it's one of the most culturally diverse games in recent years. Since its release in 2016, Overwatch took the gaming world by storm with its hero versus hero gameplay and expansive lore, but it wasn't until later that same year when Overwatch became the #1 game on everyone's radar. In December of 2016, Overwatch released a seasonal comic called Reflections, where one of the main characters, Tracer, is revealed to be in a relationship with another character named Emily. Since then, Tracer has been kind of the mascot for the Overwatch series and even revealed more LGBTQ heroes to the roster, such as Soldier 76, Baptiste, and Lifeweaver. Even their newest hero, Venture, is making tremendous headlines in the community by being one of the first non-binary characters in mainstream and esports gaming.
I've got reservations at a fantastic restaurant, but I'm not too sure who to invite.
I know a guy.
Is he, by any chance, a dashing ex-mercenary from the Caribbean?
He might just be.
Number 2, Ellie, The Last of Us. To the edge of the universe and back. Powerful words from one of gaming's most illustrious icons. Ellie's journey throughout The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 is one of survival, discovery, and the lengths one goes to for revenge. Many characters shape Ellie into the hardened survivor she is. Some, like Joel and Abby, show her a darker, more realistic view on what the apocalypse does to human nature and the cycle of violence, while some, like Dina and Jesse, show her a calm, normal, and even romantical life within the New Worlds. Without spoiling too much of the story, Ellie is a person defined by her surroundings, and Naughty Dog uses those themes and makes The Last of Us series a supreme example in emotional storytelling. Because of all this, Ellie is easily one of the most relatable characters in all of gaming. Even in HBO's adaptation, Ellie proves that her story and journey transcends multimedia, and here's hoping they continue Ellie's story in The Last of Us Part 3.
Ellie. I think they should be terrified of you.
Number 1, Berto's Super Mario series. Besides being one of the most recognizable and popular games of all time, the Super Mario series made gaming history all the way back in 1988 with the release of Super Mario Bros. 2. In Mario Bros. 2, players encounter a rather interesting boss named Berto. Those who read the color manual quickly learn that Berto is a male who identifies as being a female, making her the first LGBTQ character in gaming history. This was unheard of at the time and made strides within the gaming industry. Since then, Berto became one of Nintendo's icons in the LGBTQ community representation and appears in almost every iteration of Mario Party, Mario Kart, Paper Mario, and almost just about every other Mario game you can think of. As much as fans want Nintendo to give her another appearance in a Super Mario entry, they can be proud knowing that Nintendo made strides and revolutionized representation in gaming all the way back to the 8-bit era. And there you have it. Let us know which LGBTQ character is your favorite and what you want to see next here at LAN Party. While you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and check out some of our other videos right here. I'm Nika, aka Batman's Beach, and happy Pride, everyone.